Quite unexpectedly, we encounter Sordidus Vorax once more, this time in the unlikely setting of a Studio City parking lot late at night. She pierces the meat and raises it swiftly to her mouth, tearing at the sinews with her teeth while steadying herself with the table. She shakes her fork, trying to remove the meat, eventually using her fingers. Now her attention turns to the cherry tomatoes. The fork proves an inadequate tool. Each attempt slips away. Frustrated, she seizes a nearby cucumber slice, consuming it quickly to fortify herself before returning to the elusive prize. Success! At last a tomato yields. She presses it against the fork, squeezing out its juices before discarding the depleted husk upon the plate. Rice is scraped in as accompaniment, adding to the cacophony of consumption. Again, the meat is speared and raised to her maw. She tears through sinew and gristle alike, finally separating a large chunk of flesh with her teeth, then shaking the meat from her fork. She then uses the fork to pry part of the meat from her mouth, then returning to pry more meat from the fork. Finally, she spits the remainder of this equation back to the plate. Between mouthfuls, she surveys her surroundings, chewing with calm deliberation. But now, a change. A fragment is removed, set aside, perhaps for later, perhaps discarded entirely. She now twists and pulls at another strip of meat, but it drops from her grasp. Unperturbed, she returns once more to the rice, fortifying it with cucumber and tomato before circling back to her favored prey. We then observe her reclaiming a piece of meat previously rejected, but no, it is cast aside again, dropped ignominiously to the plate. Still she persists, using her fingers to tug the last remnants of flesh from the gristle before licking them clean with deliberate care. And then transmission abruptly ceases. We are left to reflect upon the spectacle, a portrait of appetite, persistence, and the occasionally unseemly wonders of the animal kingdom.